Okay. What's up, y'all? Sparty here. So for this video, what I was going to do is I was going to showcase what low light video on the iPhone looks like. And right now, for whatever reason, now it wants to be mad smooth at night. Whereas previously, it was having the problem where it was overexposing. And it was overexposing, obviously, for night. Oh, and there it goes. It starts jittering a little bit. But it would do that and the frame rate would drop and it would just look bad, right? So far I feel this is fine. But like I've been saying quite constantly, the lens dots are very bad. Obviously, you'll get some sort of like light smearing right there when it comes to, like, say, the lights on the trees. Obviously, you're gonna get that. Overall, it looks good though. Zoom in, that looks decent. Attempting to go back to 1 and it looks fine. But the moment I do that, the frame rate decided to drop a little bit, but now it's recovered. Overall, compared to the other clip, and I'll probably just put that on top of this one as well, as you guys will see, the frame rate was just terrible and honestly made it unusable. Now, to me, I do still feel that this is kind of unusable, mainly because of the lens dots. I kind of feel like this isn't that great in terms of its video output, because that hinders it quite a bit. As you guys can see, look at all of that right there. It really doesn't make sense. But overall, in terms of frame rate, it's definitely recovered. It's still having some issues where it's chugging a little bit, but compared to what it was in, you know, the clip I will indeed staple onto this one, is kind of bad. And stabilization is not great. The stabilization on the iPhone, to me personally, is not great in general, but it's also not great. It's especially not great at night. It just gets worse. And this is the problem that I have with Apple in particular, where they just seem to have a lot of, they don't give you any control over any of this. Everything has to be controlled by them. And I just don't really like this kind of approach to video. Again, the output of the video is really nice, but as you guys can see, that's kind of unacceptable for a $1,200 to $1,400 phone. This, yeah, it's not that great. Let me know what you guys feel about this. Like I said, I'll probably staple the other clip onto here. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, whatever time of day it is in the area. Have a good one. What's up, y'all? Sparta here. So for this video, this is just another clip. I decided to just record another clip, giving you guys a look at the frame rate on the 12 Pro Max during nighttime. And as you guys can see, it's a bit choppy. It's not at 60, and that kind of sucks. Even when I like lower the exposure, you definitely regain it a little bit. This is something that I didn't get like back in my apartment, where the frame rate didn't really come back. It kind of stayed the same. But now it's kind of doing a better job at getting that frame rate back, and that's nice. But in terms of what's going on in terms of like the frame rate now, I don't necessarily feel this is great. Like, for example, the V60 also does basically the same thing in auto mode, where it ups the exposure so that you get even more information out of your night videos. But the difference is consistency. The V60 does a way better job at the moment you lower the exposure. One, it's easier to lower the exposure, but when you lower the exposure, your frame rate comes back instantly. Whereas on the iPhone, it sometimes wants to do it, sometimes it doesn't. And thankfully, it's not a super cold night out or anything like that. It's actually, it's decent, so it's not terrible. But it's just something I want to talk about mainly because of the fact that I've been documenting how the iPhone fares in terms of its night video, and honestly, it's fine. Like, a lot of reviewers just do a very basic panning shot and be like, oh, is this so better than the competition? But that's all they do. They don't test the stabilization. They don't test if lowering the exposure will make the frame rate come back. They don't test any of that shit. They just go by, oh, look at this. Look at this panning shot. This is night and day better, right? And that's it. That's not a test. It's just not a test. In terms of getting the details of, say, that house right there, that is really nice that you can get that. But again, that's just them raising the exposure. That's all it is. Because watch, the moment I do this, let's say it's like right here. That's about as much you would typically get if the exposure isn't raised. But the moment you go out of that, as you guys can see, it's not that way. And again, as you guys can see, there's a whole bunch of lens dots, lens flares, all that stuff. It's a very prevalent issue on this phone. Again, I know you guys probably think I'm just a V60 shill or something like that, but the S20 FE also doesn't really have this issue as terrible as this phone does, where they definitely have lens dots, but it's not to the point where I feel that it hinders the overall experience of the video. And as I'm saying, this is very nice. It does a very good job, but the stabilization is not that great. Whether it be day or night, the stabilization is not great. On the 12 Pro Max, the nighttime video is, again, very bright, but that's all it really is. Like, it's bright and you can see stuff. Whoop-de-doo. But it's not to the point where I would say it's stomping the competition, because you lose frame rate. And that's something that's like not that great to me, in my personal opinion. But that's all I really wanted to say with this. I just wanted to record another video at night to show you guys exactly what this looks like. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I don't know why I was about to say Friday. Saturday, whatever time of day it is in the area. Have a good one.